Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's session of the Sovereign Mind Experience. We are so grateful. I know I can speak for Gladius. So we're so grateful for your presence, so grateful for you being here. And I believe I can say we are truly excited to be bringing this to you and bringing this to the world and bringing some very simple and powerful strategies for absolute transformation. And it is with our pleasure that we're able to bring this to you guys. So I just want to get started with a little bit of an introduction for me and a little bit of an introduction for Glad, and then I'll hand the baton over to him. So my name is Forrest Wolverton. I've been a trainer of NLP, timeline therapy, hypnosis, and other modalities for over 10 years now. And I absolutely fell in love with the personal growth and transformation space. I absolutely loved it. And it's been a big, huge, massive 10-year journey for me to be able to come into this space and really figure out how to get the best results for me, how to approach belief work, how to approach mindset, how to approach the life that I desire to create and everything that I want to create, and actually get everything inside of me 100% truly aligned with what I'm doing, with my mission, my vision, my purpose, my business, with money, with abundance. These are all areas that I got to go in and look at and explore and understand how this is all put together. And I'll say a big part of my journey is today we're going to be talking, and we want to go into some of the different belief systems about money, about abundance, about different types of blocks, how to approach those things, and give you guys some very powerful experience and tools that you can actually be able to use in your life to set yourself free from any story that you could possibly have around that will really light you up and take you to the next level. And I say this knowing that throughout all the different processes I learned, I started with NLP, but I also owned a mental health treatment center. I got involved with all these other different modalities, looking and finding the way to put this all together that really worked for me so that I could actually feel in my body that these beliefs and these different types of energies were truly gone and that I really felt good. I'm taking action. There's clear results and a clear path to my power. And what happened, when I actually met Glad and I learned some very
Hi.
powerful distinctions. Welcome, Ron. Welcome. I learned some really very powerful steps to the process that I was missing. And when he took me through it and I was able to see what was going on and I was able to talk to him and reflect back about this process, and through that simple process, set myself of beliefs, of ideas and concepts that were holding in my stress response nervous system that would, triggers that would cause stress rather than actually being able to operate from the space where I wanted to be. It was absolutely revolutionary. And I was like, dude, we've got to do trainings for this. We've got to put this out to the people. And I know there's a lot of people in my community, and I've trained hundreds of coaches. I've worked in different companies, and I'm like, this will literally change their life because a lot of us were feeling stuck and not getting some of the different things. And so some people got jaded with belief work because they couldn't figure out how to make it work. They weren't getting the long lasting change. And so I said, dude, we got to absolutely do this because this will change the face for the NLP community and other communities that are coaches that are looking to get results. And so it is with that experience, and I'm super honored to be here and be a part of this journey with Gladius to be able to serve and bring this to light because it has made such a massive difference in my life. It has truly given me the tools back into my hands to be able to set myself free. So with that, Gladius.
Oh, thank you, brother. Always such a pleasure to be with you. Such a pleasure to, like you said, bring this experience to the public. And yeah, today we're going to talk about beliefs, ideas, definitions that sabotage us having a free-flowing, loving relationship with money. And I was thinking about this in my private practice. A lot of people approach, and the initial thing that they want to work on is, hey, I want to fix my relationship with money. I want to get rid of my quote unquote money blocks. And I've seen patterns emerge that the way that I'll describe it is that what we have in our lives is just a side effect of our doing, the actions that we're taking. And what we're doing is just a side effect of who we're being. So who we're being dictates the kind of actions that we take, which dictates the circumstances, the money, the belongings, the relationships, the quality, the depth, that we have. And so it all goes back down to being. And go figure, being is the causal plane, and the physical material plane is the effect of who we're being. So what I often find is that there are identity level beliefs that can keep us in a state of being that is out of alignment with the amount of money and wealth that we want to create. And examples of this are like, I am not enough. I am broke. I am poor. Identity level beliefs typically start with I am. There are also judgments that we hold and definitions of concepts like rich people are evil, rich people are immoral, rich people, the love of money is evil, that keep us in a constrained, repellent, fear-based relationship with money itself, or create an unconscious resistance to identifying with the concept of being rich. Because if I am rich, then it means that I'm a bad person, that I'm going to hurt others, that I have to manipulate, that I'm a greedy capitalist, that I'm XYZ. And so finally, there's the concept of our beliefs cause us to tunnel vision, narrow focus on one particular strategy to create wealth, or a limited number of strategies, rather than being able to open ourselves up fully to embrace whatever the fuck strategy we want to create wealth. And so these strategies we learn typically as we're kids from the environment that we grow up in. You know, the example of if an entrepreneur like a Gary Vaynerchuk grows up with entrepreneur parents, that instills like the way to make money is to be an entrepreneur and run a business and own assets that generate income. And it's like, great, that's going to be a prosperous strategy. For most of us, we grow up with parents that have 9-to-5 jobs. And so we have ideas like the way to be successful is to work a 9-to-5 job. Right. So these are all ideas. These are all beliefs that get ingrained at the unconscious level. And then we just operate with them. And what we're going to talk about today is first getting clear on what on earth those actually are for us, because your belief system is as unique as your thumbprint. Nobody in the entire human history who's ever lived has a belief system that's actually identical to yours. You're a distinct personality, and you've learned a lot of things along the way. And so we get to clarify using a couple of tools called sentence completions and something called the sense test that we'll share with you today. And by doing these sentence completions, hopefully some of you are at a computer, some of you are at a phone, and so you might, do a spoken version of this. But my favorite way to do sentence completions is to actually have a pen and a paper handy. And I'll drop in the Zoom chat here what some of these sentence completions are that we get to play with today. I'm going to go ahead and copy it from Signal. The first one, and I'd love to hear y'all's involvement with this. When you speak the words or write the words, money is, what are 6 to 12 things that spontaneously come through for you? Money is energy. Money is dirty. Money is hurtful. Money is potential. Money is play. Money is just allow yourself to free flow, spit out all of the different definitions and all of the different concepts that are tied to money. And if you can, go ahead and drop some of those in the chat so that we can start a conversation about all of the different associations that we have with money, positive and negative. All are welcome. So I've done some cleanup work with mine. I'll go ahead and write. Money is energy. Yeah, good, Brent. Money is abstract to get. Money is the root of all evil. Good, good. This is what we're looking for. Money is helpful. Money is where people are. Money is power. Ryan, who just joined us, welcome, brother. We're doing sentence completions, and the first invitation is to write 6 to 12 responses to the first part of the sentence, money is, and just allow your mind to spit out every definition, every concept that's tied to the idea of money. Yeah, Stacy has money provides security. What else do we got? We'll spend one more minute. Money is the way out of the situation. Ooh, that's cool. So as we wrap up on this one, what I want to bring attention to is that notice that we all have completely different, unique associations with the concept of money. And notice that some of the associations are positive and some of the associations are negative. For you, out of all the ones that you found, yeah, look at that. Money is useless if you use it wrongly. Just highlight the ones in your mind that are most positive and highlight the ones in your mind that are most negative for you. In this call, we'll also share the Sovereign Mind method. Sovereign Mind method is a tool that allows you to delete limiting beliefs. And so you can clear up your relationship with money by deleting the faulty beliefs, the faulty assumptions, the no longer useful definitions that we have, such as money is the root of all evil. Money is abstract. Money is hard to get. Money is a challenge to figure out. Yeah, money's hard. Money's hard to figure out. And so, Forrest, I wonder, while we're getting in flow, I'll drop the next one in the chat. If you want to take over the conversation around these judgments of rich people are.
Yeah. Absolutely. So rich people are, you can go ahead and allow yourself, or people that have money are. Ooh, yep. So check out, let that flow out. And just notice what judgments or decisions we have about people that we perceive as having money. Rich people are snobby. There you go. Rich people are more in touch. Very good. What else? And just keep asking yourself what else, and just allow it to flow out without censoring yourself.
That's right. There's no right or wrong. Just allow it to come out.
As you allow it to come out. Good. Know something, figured out something I may not. Got it. There could be a belief that they know something that you don't know, or they're doing something you don't do. Rich people are materialistic. So one of the interesting things to notice as you keep doing this, keep going through this. So for most people in the world, they're working to create and generate more income and financial abundance. Yeah. And when our body and our nervous system is linked up to a representation or an idea or a belief about what rich people are, and we have like tension, stress, our stress response nervous system comes up and it's like, oh, those rich people are that. And you feel these sensations in your body. That system of tension and stress response is designed to push it away. Your nervous system has two functions. It can pull things in and attract it. That which you love, you pull in and you attract that, and that which you accept and embrace. And that which you do not like, or you have resistance or tension or some activated nervous system to, and beliefs that have that are in that system, we tend to push away. So it's like, as you notice these judgments that we may have, or that you may have against people that are rich or rich people, notice how could it be that those judgments and those belief systems prevent you from going out and becoming that thing? Could those be preventing you from actually being able to become your most rich and wealthy person? And that's the interesting thing with belief systems. They can prevent us from becoming the thing that we don't want to be. And yet we do want that in a dynamic. So this is really valuable to check in with these areas and uncover what else is there that may be repelling me from having the most rich and abundant lifestyle I could possibly have. Does that resonate? Could you guys see how that could be a possibility by having different beliefs and how those beliefs could hold you at bay from becoming the thing that you desire, which is rich, abundant, wealthy, to be able to have ease and flow and joy in life through the avenue of abundance of money?
To illustrate that even more, almost to a comical degree, I want to ask, like, is anyone here excited to become someone who doesn't understand the average person, who is snobby, materialistic, who has no depth, who's boring, who's not in touch? It's like I want to become that all day long.
This is like, yeah.
So what's interesting about this is, like, here's the structure and here's the concept of, like, okay, so you've discovered a lot of non-useful judgments that you have about rich people. You've discovered some non-useful concepts that are tied into your definition of money itself. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are snobs. In just a little bit, we're going to do a live demonstration of the sovereign mind method to help clear out these non-helpful, these limiting, constricting beliefs. But what I want to get to first and illuminate first is that a lot of these beliefs are going to be a little bit more abstract. They're going to be kind of like logical, like, yeah, I've seen that in movies. Yeah, I've been told that. Yeah. And not necessarily having like really deep emotional context or component. Some of them might. I'm sure that as you guys have been writing and speaking these, that you may have noticed some like tension come up in your body. But what we're about to get to next are some of the more core identity level beliefs. And these are the ones that tend to make the biggest difference. They tend to have the deepest emotional charge. And when you shift beliefs of your identity, that's when you shift how you show up in life. That's when you shift your actions, and that's when you shift your having, your circumstances in life. And so there's one more sentence stem I want to invite us to try. And in fact, go ahead and pick from a couple of these, because I wanted to cover strategies. But here's one. I don't have the success I want because I am. Because I am lazy. Because I am not important. Because I am, right? So now we get to discover who I am being that's causing me to not have the success that I want, at least according to your inner critic.
Yes.
So go ahead and play with this. I don't have the success I want because I am. Let us know what comes up. Because I'm lazy, because I'm fat.
I actually used to have that one. So that's a beautiful belief to get rid of.
Mm-hmm. I am out of touch.
I'm out of
And
touch.
and while we continue and keep loading them in the chat, because this is perfect, I want to speak to a really, really powerful pattern that Brent's response demonstrates. Notice how the judgment that rich people are out of touch is actually a reflection of a self-directed judgment. I am out of touch.
Mm.
Many of our core judgments on other people are actually things that at a subconscious level we believe about ourselves. And seeing it in the external world is the mirror, the reflection. And that's what causes us to get triggered by it. It's not the thing itself. It's what we believe about it. It's what we believe about ourselves.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
these sentence stems, when you go through it and just really allow it to flow out without censoring yourself, allows you to get the full story of and belief system that your mind has connected to. So there could be one, there could be many, and you just allow that to flow out. And this is the process of doing internal work to uncover what is that full story for you. What are all these beliefs that could be holding this thing in place, and getting that stuff out. So then you can have something to work on. And that projection is super powerful. When we notice that we have a lot of judgments of the world outside of ourselves, that's our opportunity to begin looking inside to see if any of our parts or anything inside of us has similar judgments that could be released that would be for your benefit.
And so I'm curious,
Beautiful.
as you guys are filling these out, do you notice that these have slightly more emotional charge? Gabrielle, yeah. Ty, yeah. I am avoidant. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to delegate or manage or hire. The sense of I don't know how can be
Mm.
very frustrating, can be very, yeah. And so just breaking the fourth wall here, we warmed you up with like, oh yeah, let's talk about money. And then okay, yeah, we're talking about money here. Let's talk about judging other people, right? And now we get to some of the more meaty, some of the more core content. It's like, oh shit, what do I have to believe about myself in order to cut myself off from abundance? So makes
Mm.
perfect sense. I need to be more confident. I am resistant. I am not
Yep.
the typical person.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The resistant one, that's a beautiful belief. I've gotten to work with people on releasing that I am resisting or I'm in resistance, because that could be a belief that is a very big belief that could be applied to many areas in life and oftentimes misdirected.
So Forrest, this is on the fly. I feel like it'd be really fun to shift into the sovereign mind portion of the experience.
Mhm.
Would you like to take the lead today in doing the first guest facilitation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's begin, guys. So we're going to get into this portion and we're going to demonstrate using a very specific tool called the Sovereign Mind Method of how you can actually release yourself and delete these beliefs in a very easy and succinct way. And we have a process of doing that where we're able to delete the process from different areas of your brain. So, like the visual portion, some beliefs don't just make logical sense, but they make visual sense. And then there's other beliefs that don't just make visual sense, that make emotional sense. And it's those beliefs, it's not just, it's that, oh yeah, I don't really necessarily believe that, but I feel it. And having that feeling sensation that I feel this way and I feel this belief is part of the what we can uncouple and disconnect, that the body sensations in your body actually mean that English phrase and those English set of words. And it's very, very easy. And even the beliefs that may feel like they are reality, when we put them through this model and then we actually go through it, they disconnect just as easy as any belief out there. The process is very simple and it's absolutely magical.
And I
So,
just I just want to double down on that very powerful distinction that you just offered, Forrest, which is that not all of our beliefs make logical sense. If they did, we would just choose to think differently, and then that would be the end of the story. But as Forrest said, some of our beliefs make visual sense in that they shape our perception of reality. And so they literally color how we see, how we perceive the world. And some of our beliefs resonate in our body. They're tied to very specific emotions and sensations. And so that's why we say things like, I feel not good enough. I feel like I'm out of touch. I feel like I don't fit in. I don't fit in is a sentence, and we have it linked to a sensation. So when you have a sentence plus a sensation, that's a key indicator that you're dealing with a limiting belief, right?
mm,
So yeah, Forrest, take it away.
absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful explanation, Glad. So we get to take somebody who, a courageous soul who would like to let go of one of these beliefs that they've uncovered. Careful. Gabrielle's got something. All right, let's Gabrielle, you're pretty quick on the fly there. Do you have a specific belief that you've uncovered that you would like to, that you would be interested in, everything inside of you would be interested in letting go?
I have to pick one.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay. With relation to money, let's see. We grew up poor, and
Mhm.
I was also deeply traumatized and abused. So I was always, and I always felt like everybody else's better than me. And so I have this thing that I can't break through, like nobody wants to hear me. So like this stops me from going online and offering my crystals or my gifts or healing sessions and things like that. I just stay home and stay like this. And so it's this fear of moving forward with what I know my soul is calling me to do. And that I know, like even publishing my children's books, I know that this will generate wealth for me and my family. How do I get past that, all the mountain of stuff?
The mountain of stuff.
Just to be able to offer, to make offers, and to be able to receive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that we could unpack with all of that. I would like to ask, if you were to just take a moment and sit back into your body and just take a deep breath. And if we were to really quickly, would it be okay if I teach you how to do the sense test and see how that feels in different phrases resonate in your body? So you can make some distinctions between what feels true and then how other things feel. Would that be okay? Cool. So real quickly, I just want to do a phrase that's completely nonsense, and I want you to just be able to feel how your body resonates when I say the phrase. Okay. So go ahead and say out loud, I love prickly pink cactuses. And just go ahead and verbally say that, and then notice how your body feels.
I love prickly pink cactuses.
Good.
Light, happiness butterflies in my belly.
Good. Okay, wonderful. And good. So you notice how that feels. It's kind of a nonsensical phrase. And when you say it, it has a good positive feeling for you. And it's probably feels like, it's a little bit nonsense. And it's kind of funny, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, awesome, wonderful. So just make a note of that distinction on how that feels. And that's the power of saying a phrase and having that resonate in your body to be able to tell what's going on with that. Now, if you were to say the phrase, nobody wants to hear me.
Nobody wants to hear me.
What happens in your body?
I feel my energy drop and sort of close off a little. I feel like a sinking in my belly.
Okay, sinking in your belly. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we'll make note of that. So that phrase is tied to those sensations for you. Okay. And I'd like to give another little test of another different phrase just out of curiosity, and we'll just see where it goes, if anything. And I want to see if this feels as equally true or not true. I don't want to hear me.
Oh, ow. Okay, that was bigger. I wanted to cry like immediately.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're good. Just go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And I wonder if I could be of service to you today. And if would every part of you, would it feel in alignment to let go of that belief for you today and for yourself from that? Would that be in alignment for you?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, very much so.
I hear it.
Very
I'm
much so.
my own worst critic.
Yeah. Oh, I'm my own worst critic. Okay. Got it. Good. So, okay, perfect. And I just want to do a good check. This is in your highest alignment for us to release this today. And is there any reason any part of you would not want to let this go right now?
There's a fear of being seen in my bigness.
There's a fear of being seen.
There's a fear of being seen in general. Yeah, and in general, it's not safe to be seen.
It's not safe to be seen. So if you were to just say that phrase, I want to have you just do a test on that phrase and just ask everything inside of you. So there may be a belief and say this, it's not safe to be seen. And what happens inside your body?
Hmm.
You feel it?
Okay. It's not safe to be seen. Not as much as the other one.
Not as much as the other one. Not as much as the other one. Okay. Okay. And I wonder,
It's not as strong as the
yeah, it's not as strong as the other one. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it may not be as strong as the other one. And I'm just curious, just go ahead and check inside. In order to let go of that, I don't want to hear me, that we may, do we need to first let go of this belief that it's not safe to be seen? Do we need to first let that one go so we can do the other one? Because this may be a safety and security issue that we need to take care of first.
I gotta know we don't have to clear that one first.
Okay, fantastic.
It feels like if yeah.
Okay, cool. So as long as we also just take into account and we've listened to your parts and we can begin moving you into this new way of being for you safely and comfortably, that we could create some new strategies to make this a positive experience for you. Would that be okay?
Yes, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, sounds good. All right, then we'll go ahead and dive into this process. So first, what I'd like you to do is I want you to, as you just go ahead and become very present with your body, I want you to go ahead and take a look at your hand. So just go ahead and look at your hand. Look at your hand outside of you. And when you see your hand, just tell me what you see. And this isn't to insult any intelligence. This is just a question of curiosity. Do you just see your hand? Is that all you see?
I just think I see my hand.
Good. Is there anywhere around your hand floating in 3D reality? Did you ever see in around floating around your hand, floating in around you in 3D reality? I don't want to hear me. The English phrase, I don't want to hear me. Do you see that written on your hand? Do you see it written anywhere around your hand, floating in 3D reality? Is that anywhere to be seen?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Wonderful. Good. Well, just take another minute to check your 3D reality, look around the car, look around everywhere where you're at, and just make sure and double check. You've never seen the 3D belief, I don't want to hear me anywhere outside of you in this 3D reality. It's not dangling anywhere. It's not there. Just double check. Let me know when you're sure.
Never
Okay, good.
Never
Perfect.
see that belief. No,
Beautiful.
it's
Fantastic
nowhere
job.
in my 3D reality now.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love
Gabrielle,
it.
I want to quickly offer to perhaps try shutting off your video and seeing if that might improve your internet connection slightly, because there's been a little bit of a delay.
Okay,
All right. That seems a little bit better, actually. Perfect.
great.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Now, all right, now that you're sure that you didn't see it anywhere in your 3D reality, here's going to be the clincher for you. What I want you to do is go and shut your eyes. And I would like you to go back through your Rolodex of experience and memories throughout this entire lifetime and just go ahead and notice, in any event in the past, did you ever see in your 3D reality, almost like you could just see your hand outside of you, did you ever see that belief floating anywhere in 3D reality? Was it ever written on your hand, anywhere else in those scenes, anywhere else in those events? Did you ever actually see that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Thank God. And just notice that you may have seen people, you may have seen things, you may have seen situations, but you never really truly saw that belief floating in 3D reality. That would be just kind of silly, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Now, we're going to move also down now that we've disconnected that visually. I want to give you a frame for anything that you've ever heard in your life. I want you to imagine if anyone ever came to you, like your mom or your dad, say your dad came to you and said, Gabrielle, with all sincerity of heart, you are a rubber duck. Would that magically transform you into a rubber duck right then spontaneously with every atom
No.
spontaneously generate? No, no, that would be silly. Yeah. Yeah, of course not. So now recognizing that, is it really the truth just because anybody ever said some words to you that you magically spontaneously turned into that thing? Like that would never really be true, would it?
No. Thank
Beautiful.
goodness.
Yes, thank goodness. Thank goodness that's not true. Yes, wonderful. Beautiful. Now I want to move down into your body because we want to help you see that you've never really necessarily seen or ever felt this belief. Many people are, okay, I didn't see the belief just because someone said it's not true. But maybe if anything inside of you thought you felt the belief. And I want you to just go ahead and tune into those sensations in your body that you had before. And did any of those sensations in your body ever mean the English words or the English sentence, I don't want to hear myself?
No.
No. Could they have just been sensations in your body and really nothing more than sensations? And they never correlated to an English phrase or maybe a Japanese phrase saying, anata wa kawaii desu ne.
No.
So desu yo ne. So it's true that the sensations in our body never really meant any English phrase or Japanese phrase or Korean phrase that we could come up with. Could that be true?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Beautiful. Now, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and just take a nice deep breath in and just go ahead and just like a nice deep yawn, just do a nice little reset for us. Wonderful.
And
And as you sit back down into your body, what I'd like you to do is just go ahead and say a phrase for me. And that phrase is purple dancing unicorns dance on Tuesday.
purple dancing unicorns dance on Tuesday.
Beautiful. Yeah, kind of silly, kind of funny. Yeah. And now I want you to say the phrase, and we're just going to test it and notice how your body responds this time. I don't want to hear myself.
I don't want to hear myself. That's a total difference.
High five from over the Zoom, baby. That's what's up. Thank goodness. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a huge difference for me. Actually, like starting to cry to laughing. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's so wildly different, right? Immediate different response, completely different state.
And even as I was saying it, I started thinking about all the times where I do love to hear myself when I start singing, or even right now when I'm speaking, like it feels really good. And I'm like, I really love my voice. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Gabrielle, for your bravery and courage and showing up and doing that and choosing that. And what you just said has happened and I've witnessed it so many fucking hundreds of times, which is that as we let go of the illusion, we suddenly see reality and love it completely. And it's like, oh, wait, no, I've actually never seen I'm not good enough. In fact, I saw quite the opposite. I've never seen that I hate my voice or don't want to hear myself. In fact, in this moment, it's quite the opposite. So it's just so beautiful to just watch how that can happen. Boom, like that.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. And that's how easy it can be, guys. Like, I don't know how long, if anybody actually put the clock on that.
Less
Like,
than 20, like 15
yeah,
minutes. Yeah. Excellent
yeah,
work.
yeah,
And I want to
dude.
reiterate, because I'm a huge believer in just like, I want this technology in the hands of as many people as godly possible. And so I have a whole public workshop on YouTube that outlines every single step, every single magic question that we ask. And just to succinctly communicate the method, what Forrest just did is she checked in with Gabby and made sure that there weren't any subconscious parts like an inner child holding on to the belief out of a safety or security reason. We found that, hey, it feels like it's not safe to be seen, and we just lovingly dealt with that. We welcome that part of her with love and curiosity, and she made the choice to just like, okay, yeah, I'm willing to let it go anyway. Boom. Once you reach that state of readiness, it just becomes a matter of recognizing that you never actually saw the belief dangling around in three-dimensional space. That was your interpretation, your creation. We create all of our beliefs. We create all of our beliefs, and we can discreate anything that we previously created. And it takes a lot less time to demolish a building than it takes to construct a building. Think about that as a metaphor, as an analogy. Like 2,000 men working for tens of thousands of hours to construct the thing. One well-placed, stick of TNT at each of the support beams, and it's gone. So we clear it at the visual level, we clear it at the auditory level, then we clear it at the emotional level, and it no longer makes any sense. It's just gone. Yeah. No, she says, I feel energy releasing, my body relaxing more. Yep. Completely. Yeah.
Yep. I feel that. Yeah. Very common.
So we had Brent and Aubin offer to volunteer. Would either of you guys like to raise your hand? Do a quick round two. Brent. Ooh, Brent, you beat Aubin by a millisecond. Aubin, I love you.
No, it's all good. I was gonna offer my spot to Brent anyway because I'm alchemically discreating so fast that I don't even know. Like, I'm ahead. I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You're a rock star,
Wonderful.
brother. Brent, come on video if you like.
Hello, hello.
Hey, so thrilled to share this with you, man. How can I help?
I would like to have a train by. I would like to move through, clear a belief of not being worth it, not being worth it, not deserving success, as well as confidence and really standing more in myself to yeah.
Totally get it. Totally makes sense that those contribute to difficulty and just allowing abundance to flow. Because if we feel like we're not worth it, how do we charge what we're worth? If we feel like we don't deserve it, how do we keep the abundance that comes to us? So
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe like that confidence to just show up and be dropped in consistently.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, so I wonder if in a similar fashion to what Forrest did with Gabrielle, if you might be open to speaking some words out loud and using the sense test that we mentioned earlier to see which of these beliefs resonate most strongly, and that way we can make a useful choice in which one to let go of.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And thanks, Gabrielle. Take care. Have fun at your event.
I think I'm having come through right now, just like having that more confidence in my expression, just kind of more, maybe just more like to do that more consistently, and maybe Yeah, we can go from there.
There's 1,000 directions that we can go from there. I want to test the two that you opened up with. Let's start with nonsense first. That's always my preference. So Brent, what happens when you say out loud, I am a squiggly popcorn kernel?
I'm a squiggly popcorn kernel. It's kind of like, yeah.
Silly. Like very, very like smiley light sensation. Just notice how that feels. I'm a squiggly popcorn kernel. Ha.
Yeah.
Okay. One more thing of nonsense. What happens if you say, I'm lime green soda?
Lime green soda. Just don't feel a lot. Don't feel, yeah. I don't feel very much to that.
What happens if you say, I am not worth it?
I'm not worth it. I don't feel connected to like here. I don't feel connected to my like power. I feel like slumped.
So you notice a disconnecting sensation from your power center and a slumping sensation. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what would you rate that on a level of intensity 1 to 10? 10 is like unbearable. I don't want to feel that ever again. And 1 is like, that was nothing. How intense was that?
Probably like a 7, 8.
Yeah. So that's pretty intense. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Disconnecting from the power center. Yeah.
It's like that feeling of oh, like here I am, or here I am, and it's like, yeah, it's like the really frustrating. It's really frustrating, like the sensation of like slumping over to like opportunity or challenge, or like slumping over to it, like, oh cool, I could do this, but like then like
Yeah. Okay. So watch this. This is probably going to be interesting. What happens if we change the word ever so slightly? Just changing a few letters. Brent, go ahead and try saying, I'm not worthy.
I'm not worthy.
Anything come up?
I don't feel as much charge.
Mhm.
It's interesting. Like, yeah, I don't feel that slump as much.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel that slump as much.
Isn't that fascinating? So just notice that for someone else, possibly in this call, for someone else, certainly in the world, the inverse would be true. I'm not worthy would be devastating, like heart sadness and tension throughout their body. But the idea of not being worth it wouldn't make sense to them. For you, it's not I'm not worthy. It's I'm not worth it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like I'm worthy, but I don't feel like I'm worth it in like the sense of this in the sense of like actually drawing in the abundance and the community and the close connection and free flow and fun that I feel worthy of, but I don't feel like I don't feel like worth it and like drawing that in.
Yeah. It's powerful self-awareness. And so the last couple that I want to invite you to try is I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Challenging. I know there's an undertone of emotion to this that's kind of like there's an undertone of emotion that's like, I think, angry, and under that like sad.
Yeah.
I think like that's like sees like other people in that success or in more of that like where I would like to myself move to, and not just make money but provide service and like be more present or complete with, and then I'm So like, I don't deserve it. I'm not worth it, even though I feel worthy of it. Although I could say like, do I feel worthy of it in the amount of work I've been able to put in, or excuse me, the amount of work that I have put
So
in, and
Brent,
then maybe not.
this is helpful backstory and context. And what I'd like to invite now is, would you like my help letting go of that belief of I'm not worth it?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
the first question is always, is there any part of you that doesn't feel totally ready to let that go for any reason?
Maybe almost at the root. Maybe
Oh,
for having been at that place is somewhat stable feeling, or but I'll let it go.
yeah. Do I hear correctly that there's a part of you that maybe wants to hold on to that belief a little bit because it creates a sense of stability?
Yeah.
Okay. That's perfectly valid, and that part is welcome in this conversation. Um, and I'd be curious, and I'd ask this part. I wonder if, as a possibility, there might be other strategies to create a sense of stability in life, like through your relationships, through your habits and
Mm,
your routines, just any other strategy besides believing that you're not worth it to create stability. Is that possible?
totally. Yeah.
And can this
Yeah.
part also see as a possibility that believing that you're not worth it actually kind of contributes to financial instability?
Okay.
Is that possible?
For sure. I get. Yeah. Get that.
And so, if this part of you wants stability, I wonder if it might be open to letting go of this idea of I am not worth it so that you can pursue healthier, more aligned strategies and experience more financial stability in your life.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Sweet. Simple. Okay. So
Yeah.
now,
Is there anything else that comes up? And that's perfect. That's perfect. But anything else that comes up with that of like,
yeah.
yeah, just the feeling of and just the feeling, but the feeling of challenge, or maybe even previous block, and like barriers to the expression of that, and then like kind of like not giving up, but like backing off, or whatnot, in like the pursuit.
Am I
But
hearing that some part of you might want to hold on to it so that it can avoid facing difficulty and challenge in life?
no, I don't think that's not it. That's
Okay.
not. Um,
Well, then I just want to pull back and check. Is there any part of you that's not ready to let it go for any reason? Or do you feel ready to let it go?
yeah, ready to let that go.
Awesome. Okay. So we
Yeah.
just processed it logically. Now we can process it visually. Then we'll process it emotionally. And so the question is, in the same way that you can see your hand right in front of your eyes, if you look back through your memories, have you ever actually seen the belief, I am not worth it?
No.
Take your time and really look. Just make sure it wasn't
Yeah.
under your childhood bed, or when a teacher handed you an F on a test, or something like that. Did you ever see I am not worth it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
What did you see?
Different. Kind of like. There's an underlying narrative of fuck up being like a fuck up or fucked up through experiences with addiction and drinking and relationships, and oh no, I fucked this up, oh no, like I ruined that, oh shit, I fucked this, like I am a fuck up, I am not enough for this, I'm not doing well enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear all of that, brother. I really do. And
I'm not gonna get better or feel better in the past.
You're speaking my language. These are all things that used to haunt me dearly. So I get it. I get it.
Okay.
In this moment, I wonder if we can compartmentalize for the purpose of you letting go of the story of I am not worth it. I wonder if it might be possible to let go of that while still honoring and acknowledging these other stories that have contributed to your current story. I wonder if we can focus on letting go of just I am not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the question is, anywhere in your experiences with alcohol, anywhere in your experiences with addiction and relationships, have you ever seen I am not worth it floating around in 3-dimensional space?
No.
Oh, are you sure?
Not literally, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Huh. And if it was never out there in the world, where was it created?
Head. In the head, not in my body. It's like I'm funny enough having the narrative pop up right now of I picked the shittiest affirmation to work with right now. It's like I could have done a better one, bro. Like,
Nah, dude. Believe you me, it's actually, I'll make a brief heartfelt pause in this conversation to just share, like, letting go of every single one of these identity level beliefs creates a massive difference in your life forever. You did not choose a shitty one. You chose the perfect one. You chose the very first one to free yourself from this sense, this story of not being worth it. That's a powerful one to choose. And it's just one of many.
for sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So, totally. So if you've never seen it in your entire life, have you ever heard that you're not worth it?
Kind of.
Huh.
Kind of.
What's
Yeah.
one thing that you heard that showed you that?
Maybe kind of like Brent, you're not doing enough. Like you don't have it together. One guy one time was like, I know you've had your problems, but you're just kind of like not doing anything. And like when you're gonna go to college and get a degree and stuff like that. Like
let's start right there. Let's start right there. If I approach you in the street and I'm a stranger and I very sincerely and directly look at you and I say, bro, you are Thomas Edison's 37th light bulb. Do you spontaneously become Thomas Edison's 37th light bulb?
No.
If someone looks at you and very sincerely says, you should be doing more, you are not enough, does it actually genetically imprint you with not enoughness?
No, not unless I internalize it.
Correct. It's not unless you agree with it.
Yeah.
So the question is, did you hear I am not worth it? Or did you hear different people express opinions over the years?
Different opinions.
Oh, okay. That's good news.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So now we've cleared it visually, we've cleared it auditorially, we've cleared it logically. The final question I have for you, Brent, is there any emotion, any sensation that's tied to I am not worth it What does that feel like in the body, if anything?
Kind of like heaviness almost.
Feel that heaviness, connect with it fully. And the question is, where do you feel that in your body?
Like my face and kind of the middle area. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing good. This is the last step. So I'll illustrate this with a metaphor. If there was a little girl who was feeling kind of down one day and she just noticed like, oh, I just kind of feel heavy in my head and in my stomach. And then her mom took her to the doctor and the doctor looked at the symptoms. Oh, heaviness in the head, heaviness sensation in the stomach. Let me put this into my clipboard here and go ahead and figure out what the diagnosis is. And the doctor turns around and says, oh, I know what the problem is. Your daughter's not worth it. That's what's happening because she's feeling sensations in her body. She's not worth it. Always and forever. Sorry. Is that doctor a lying piece of shit? Or is he telling the truth?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. I'm still like I probably could have picked a way more on target like thing to like actually make money or abundance, but whatever.
I assure you, Brent, you almost couldn't have picked a better one.
Okay.
And like the part of you that's judging your experience right now, I love it. And it's totally welcome in this conversation too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be with this heaviness. Be with this heaviness of I am not worth it.
Oh. Okay.
And let me know when you've got it.
Got it.
The question is, does this sensation, does this heaviness energy intrinsically mean I am not worth it?
No.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good news. And so what do you notice with that? Do you notice that disconnecting?
Yeah.
Right.
The most immediate shift I think I feel is like I'm glad too, because I was kind of even thinking about it a day or two ago. Is like it's like a shift. It's like holding on to this, bro, like not worth it, like and then this heavy blah blah blah, and it's like little like not as in contact with just like lightning, like just like cool, like I'm on 1%. I gotta move rooms.
Yeah.
Just
Get
like
yourself plugged back in.
Yeah, being more in chillness, I guess. But it's not.
Yeah, he's Brent's in Austin, Texas, where it's currently like 100 or something. So good choice in chillness.
Yeah.
So Brent,
Okay.
once you're plugged back in, my sincere curiosity to you is there any energy? Is there any sensation in your body that's still tied to the idea I'm not worth it?
It does not feel like it. Does not feel like it.
So what happens when you say the words out loud? I'm not worth dingle dongle do.
I'm not worth dingle dongle do.
Nothing. What about I'm not worth it?
I'm not worth it. I'm not worth actual success. Like if that comes through, I don't feel that so much now. But like, I feel what that does. I now know what that is doing.
Yeah, there can be different beliefs. For example, someone can have I don't deserve it, and someone can have I don't deserve love and I don't deserve success, and these can be all distinct separate beliefs. For now, what I'm curious about is what happens when you say I'm not worth it?
I'm not worth that. It's I don't really have any charge to that. I'm kind of like, what does that even mean? Like,
Right, it's meaningless, it's nonsense.
nonsense.
Right. So you went from at the beginning of this conversation, Brent, the idea of I'm not worth it being tied to a 7 out of 10 just heaviness, lurching, defeated sensation, to it being completely nonsensical. And that took about 20 minutes. And that was your first try. So well done.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome. Love it. I love it.
And
Yeah.
what sense of new possibility is emerging for you? What do you feel shifting?
Um, just the like do more to do more to like go to a training, go to a training, like figure out like maybe how to make like maybe I would make content for something, or it's like cool, this creation could be worth it, or maybe not that, but just like to put stuff out there, and or like I'll put myself out there, and then it will land where it needs to land, or
That's it.
receive.
That's it. Beautiful, man. And notice, and this is exactly what I was describing earlier. The first immediate thing that becomes possible emerging in your awareness now is like, oh, I can do more, right? Because you are no longer trapped in a state of being called not worth it. Once you fix your state of being and it's no longer held in a spell of not worth it, suddenly the amount which you can do expands, because our being creates our doing, which creates our having, which is why we don't focus on surface level bullshit in these conversations. We focus on core identity level beliefs that create our reality. So thank you for just like locking that principle home for everyone. That's perfect, man.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for doing the magic on that.
Yeah. Oh, my pleasure. And truly, you're the one who does the magic. I'm just here to ask the question. So, all
Awesome.
right. And it's perfect too. And like, thank you for leading us into, we're hosting a 1-day training here in Austin, Texas, on how to do this process, this method. And I'm going to go ahead and just lovingly plug this training, which I dropped a link to in the chat below. And so we've designed the landing page for this training to sort of, be marketed towards facilitators, coaches, and trainers. But Forrest and I made the decision that this training is for anyone that wants to create self-mastery over their belief system, that wants to let go of old false identities, false ways of being that keep us constricted and blocked from love, from abundance, from wealth, from power. And so, we've got this tagline here. You want to serve your clients at the highest level, giving them tangible, long-lasting results. And we are your trainers. Gladius Sovereign, Forrest Wolverton, teaching the Sovereign Mind Method. We've got the most efficient way possible to help you and your clients eliminate core limiting beliefs in a matter of minutes. And this is a whole new paradigm of shifting, of transformation, of getting results at a whole new level. And the entire day is really designed in order to clear out our limiting beliefs first, give us practice in facilitating the method with each other, on ourselves, discovering those beliefs, deleting them in minutes, so that we walk out of this transformational 1-day training completely new people, capable of creating completely new creations, new results in the world. So this is the 1-day PhD in belief transformation. And yeah, dude, don't just believe me. You can look at all the success stories on the actual page itself. We've collected dozens and dozens and dozens of them. We've got more coming through. So yeah, just wanted to share and extend that invitation to anyone that feels called to join us. And that's going to be July 22nd, Austin, Texas.
Yeah. So this was powerful. Thank you, Gladius. This was really powerful. I hope you guys can see the power in these conversations, like with Brent and with Gabrielle and with the people that we work with, seeing the power and the shifts happen that quickly. Those can be your shifts. Those can be your transformations as well. So if you're looking for more and this excites you and you're like, wow, this is really awesome, I would like some more, joining us in this training we would love to have you. We'd love to have you and be able to serve with you and help you be able to take this process and really generalize it, meaning like make it an unconscious habit. So you are empowered, you're in control. You get to decide what you want to believe. You get to decide how to uncover your belief system and work with it. And I've noticed from my life, that's where an insane amount of power was, is that the more you do this, like it's always easy to begin with. You saw how easy it was the first time, and it gets better and faster and easier the more practice that you get. So if you're looking for more, we'd love to have you. And next Tuesday, we're going to be doing these again, creating these experiences where you can come and see us. And we're going to have new topics. We'll go into new different ways and different belief systems that we can start to uncover as we continue to build up to this. And if you're open to continuing that conversation, I know Gladius has his calendar. I will place my calendar in here if you're interested in being able to communicate about anything about training or working with people this way. We've got the resources for you, and it's worth a conversation if you're interested. Let us help you make it happen. Let us help you serve you so that you can be who you truly desire to be in your fullest power. That's our desire. So thank you so much, guys.
Heaven, yes. And we'll end the recording on that note.